Hello, this is Serge from VisualCron, and in this video I will talk about an additional feature of the load balancer, the server launcher utility. The utility itself is included in the installation package, so it can be used on the customer's side. In this case, the utility is located in the folder where the VisualCron server was installed. Server Launcher Executable. Developers can run the utility directly from the build folder. During startup, the utility pulls up the current settings of the client application, such as display style and menu language. Moreover, the utility saves its own settings in the same folder where the client application settings are stored, in the Settings Server Launcher XML file. And you can easily change the settings when the utility is not running. Okay, here is what the server launcher looks like. Basically, the utility can be used to test different load balancing settings. Because the main function of the utility is the ability to run several VisualCron servers simultaneously on the same host. Each server started in this way uses the same existing license. The only difference is in the folders where the log files, the log event database, and all configuration files, including jobs, are stored. I will show you these folders a little later. When you first start the utility, if the original VisualCron server was also previously launched, you will most likely see one of the lines in the server's grid. Windows Service, on the customer's side, or WinX, if the developer launched the server from the solution. Basically, the utility scans current VisualCron processes and updates the grid in real time. You cannot change the settings of such processes, but instead, you can add and edit an arbitrary number of VisualCron servers to run in console mode. In order for each configured server to have its own unique settings, you must specify, or generate, a different server ID for each line. In addition to the ID, you can specify a port. And a different port must be specified if you want to run multiple VisualCron servers at the same time. Then comes the name of the server and any other command line arguments if the developer needs them. The server name is optional and will default to the host name. Well, after specifying a custom server ID, the following will happen on the first run. The server will take all existing settings, create a new folder with the same name as the server ID, if it doesn't already exist, and clone any missing settings. After that, the custom settings will become independent of the original settings. Similar folder creation is done for log files and for the event database. In fact, this is the second option for using the utility. When a developer can store several configurations in different folders at the same time, and start the corresponding VisualCron server with the required settings without the need to manually move files. It is important to note that the utility does not attempt to connect to running servers. In particular, if custom server ID or server port is not set, as in the example with the Windows service, then the server ID is taken from the local license file. The port for client connections is taken from the local server settings. By the way, you can choose which columns to display. Or you can click the button to display all available columns. You can start, gracefully stop, or kill the server process using the context menu, or using the selection and corresponding buttons on the main menu. You can also stop a server running in console mode by activating the console application and pressing Control Break. From the utility, you can launch the Windows Forms client application from a separate menu tab. And if the Auto Close Client option is activated here, then when the utility is closed, all client applications launched from the utility will be automatically closed too. Thus, you can shut down all running servers, client applications, and the utility itself by clicking the Stop All and Exit button. Well, now you know what the launcher utility is and how you can use it. Bye for now, and see you later.